because of the timeline.
Fair, but Mihawk can't stretch Jozu, and Mihawk's disgustingly powerful. In fact, Mihawk.
Well, I mean,
okay, wait a minute, time out. You know, changing gears. We're doing this now. Mihawk.
We know.
Is he high
Can
or
I
is he
speak
top?
for Mihawk as the residential Mihawk wanker? Can I speak for Mihawk?
Go ahead.
We're talking about how strong he is.
Go ahead.
Hi.
All right, cool beans. So, I think Mihawk's for sure Yonko level, and I know that's like ridiculous. People think it's absolutely obscene.
Oh my!
The reason I would say that is I think Mihawk is all the
picture and he put it
portrayal.
right
I feel like
back
Mihawk
down.
is all the portrayal in the world to say he's near Shanks in power level.
Yeah, but Drizzt, if you look
I
at the current chapter that we just got, Big Mom body slams Queen to death.
Okay, and
the whole Mihawk's in Marineford. He's kind of not doing the
so
same
you're
thing.
pairing. So like two things there, Eric. You're comparing pre-time
No,
power
Christian,
scaling to a completely different power scaling method in the post-time.
It's good to
And
have to look
two,
at
I've explained this before in previous streams, but there can be, with the best of all things, there is a logical explanation as to why that didn't cut Jozu.
But I mean, Drizzt, you're kind of arguing that
Drizzt,
end of story
look at the
Zoro's
trial.
going to be. You're kind of arguing that end of
Fine,
story
yeah.
Zoro's going to be as strong as Shanks. And
In the
Kaido.
Viva
That's what I'm
cards, it
saying.
said that Mihawk is waiting for the day that
Look.
someone stronger than Shanks shows up.
Again, in a data book
You think
that's meant to
Drizzt,
spell
Which is
that's
over-
wild. That's wild.
Let me
That's
say, you
disrespect.
can't
That's
like
disrespectful.
talk about Marine
Zoro ain't gonna be stronger than the boy.
Look,
It's just like saying Mihawk is specifically like whenever we do go to the SBSs,
That's
Mihawk's
crazy.
battling against Shanks is put into the same category as legendary as Whitebeard's existence in the One Piece world.
I mean, I'm sure that when Mihawk and Zoro clash, like if that happens, it's
I
gonna be more legendary
And
than
like,
Shanks. And
here's,
stuff, but like,
here's something I want
but-
you guys to consider.
he's waiting for a
People
stronger
need to
sword.
get
but
rid of
Drizzt
this
is-
conception that by the end of the series, there aren't like this entire power scaling thing. It's going to be turned upside down because
No, but
that's the way
Drizzt,
Shonen
he's
works.
He's waiting for a stronger swordsman, not a stronger person.
What does Shanks use?
He uses a
He's
sword, but he
He's
uses
a swordsman.
But he uses more than just a sword. Like he's
Yes,
a
but like,
hockey
but
master.
see, like now you're trying to play semantics with the portrayal.
So wait, you think
But
the end of
Chris-
story? End of story? You
Yeah.
think the end of story? Zoro's gonna be a hockey master, like Shanks?
Well, yeah, of course he will.
I think that's
Yeah,
part of the
of
reason why
course. No, no.
Shiryu's in the story.
No, the same like hockey master like Shanks.
like on Shanks' level.
Yeah. Well, no.
With hockey, that's what Luffy's gonna become. Luffy's gonna be a
Mihawk
hockey
is a
master.
better
like
Whoa, whoa,
swordsman
whoa,
than
wait,
Shanks,
stop,
but
stop,
you can
stop,
argue that
wait.
Shanks has other things that make up
No,
for
wait,
it.
no. Wait,
wait,
wait.
There's no way Zoro.
Time
Mihawk is
out.
probably a better swordsman than Shanks.
Luffy's gonna be the strongest person in the goddamn planet. Like he's gonna be
Exactly.
stronger than Goldie Roger probably by the time he's like end of story One Piece. All right.
Okay.
But Shanks, right now, like in fact, there's nobody on Pirate King level right now.
No.
No one. So
Stalemate.
so Shanks, you can say, okay, like maybe, and I'll give you this. Maybe if Mihawk is on the same level as Shanks, then maybe Zoro will be as strong as Shanks. But I disagree.
But
Here's
Chris,
what
I
keep in
disagree with
mind,
that.
by the
Just-
time
just-
we reach the final end of the series, there's going to be something beyond Mihawk. Mihawk isn't the final person Zoro's going to fight for the entirety of the series.
Yes, he
But
Narratively,
Drizzt,
it doesn't add up.
He's now to
What?
pick.
How,
Yes, he
how,
is.
how easily is Zoro gonna beat Mihawk in the story if they fight?
It's going to be extreme different.
What do you mean?
Exactly. So I'm saying, like, if he inches it out, how much stronger than Mihawk will Zoro be in comparison to Shanks? You're saying that he's gonna be
and
stronger than
there's no
Shanks.
guarantee that he's gonna fight Mihawk at the end of the series.
There's
No,
a-
I know that, but
there's
we're
definitely a
assuming
guarantee he's fighting
we're
Mihawk.
assuming that though, and I'm saying
No one
that,
is
like,
anywhere near
I'm
me.
saying that
As
if
people
he-
are fighting Mihawk, no one's going to kill him outside of like one of the high Marines. No one's
if
strong enough to kill
Zoro
him.
if Zoro inches out Mihawk,
That would want to kill him.
because we know that Mihawk is a better swordsman than Shanks, but I mean Shanks is gonna be stronger than Mihawk.
Yes, I agree.
And I'm saying that
Shanks
Zoro's
is
not
stronger than
so
Mihawk,
Zoro
but this is kind of
Zoro
like-
might not be stronger then.
So here's the way I see it, all right?
Okay.
So there are a lot of people. People hold Goldie Roger to an absolutely ridiculous, standard in terms of strength.
For a reason.
But we know for a fact during his era, there were other people on his level.
Yes.
They were seen in the same tier as him, as strong as him. That's how I think Mihawk compares to Shanks.
Okay, so
Oda Eaton's gone out of his way.
Zoro's not
Beckman
going
is
to be
being
stronger
compared
than
to Shanks in his strength.
There's no way that Zoro's going to be stronger than Shanks. Zoro's supposed to
Why?
overcome Zoro's supposed to overcome Mihawk. Luffy's supposed to overcome Shanks in terms of the parallels.
For becoming the Pirate King. We know there's already Emu.
Well, becoming the Pirate King, but also, but not just that, but also
Emu. Okay, wait, hold
Also
on.
as a mentor-
But
also as a
but Emu
mentor
has
in terms
nothing
of
to do
what
with.
you admire.
But Emu has nothing to do with Mihawk or
he's
Zoro
he's saying you have to
or
exceed
any of that sort.
Randy is stronger than Mihawk. Is that what you're saying? Is that
No,
what
I'm
you're
not saying. No.
Yo, Zoro's
Here's the
going
thing.
to inch out Mihawk in a fight, but like that's going to be like an
So,
inch.
okay, wait,
It's going to
so-
make him stronger
so-
than
yeah,
Shanks.
wait.
Right after that, he's going to be stronger.
Number one, Mihawk himself admitted that that becoming Pirate King was way harder than being himself. He already admitted that in the East Blue. So he's already scaling that Pirate King is a whole different matter. We're talking about him and how he represents to someone like, Roger. Number 2, Mihawk already admitted that he was a ways away from Whitebeard during the Marineford War. He said himself, I want to see how far I am from somebody like Whitebeard. Exactly. And he was blocked by Jozu. Now, this depends on how you perceive Whitebeard, power-wise, pre-time skip, sick, old, compared to someone like Shanks. I always see them as peers. Therefore, I can't see Mihawk on the same level as Shanks because Mihawk already said himself he was further away from Whitebeard. He said himself. So, you can view it in that sense, pre-time skip. But in the data books, Oda has been wanking Mihawk a bit. That's the reality. So, hey.
But
you can see a lot of ways.
Go ahead and do your donation thing, and I'll comment back on that.
All right, fair enough.
2 hours later.
All right, so Drizzt.
He has a card that he can use once a month.
All right, fair enough.
I use it wisely.
All right, okay, so Drizzt, the Mihawk thing.
Okay, so for like the him viewing himself as lesser than Whitebeard, I agree with that. And the way I would interpret that, and there's no evidence to say, there's no like definitive proof saying what I'm saying is correct, so I'll be willing to like parse this. But for me, Whitebeard is viewed on the same level or on a similar level to Roger, right?
Yeah.
So it would make sense that compared to Whitebeard's, but his legacy, even in his old age, other Yonko view Whitebeard as being superior, even if that's not necessarily the case. Yeah, right?
So
because Whitebeard in his old age, is he stronger than current Shanks?
I mean, they were
probably not. Maybe, depending on how you want to argue it. The way Whitebeard is viewed, especially at Marineford, he was still considered the strongest man at Marineford, despite what we saw from him.
I mean,
Mihawk viewed Whitebeard on the same level as what his legacy entails.
Yeah, but I mean, you think that Kaido viewed old Whitebeard as stronger than him?
I think he might have. I think maybe not stronger, but being capable of potentially killing him.
Like, I feel like Kaido just said that like Whitebeard had 2
weeks to kill him. Close to Emperor, but I don't think he's at that monstrous strength.
Well, the thing is, like, comparing himself to Whitebeard's legacy, he thinks he's less than that, which would make sense.
If you look at the Rocks Pirates, right, like Big Mom and Kaido, they probably grew up looking up to Whitebeard while he was in his prime. And so, like, Kaido, if he's this indestructible
but the rest of the world also. I mean, Whitebeard was legendary. As Ace said, the era was Whitebeard's era.
I meant, like, the next generation surpassing the last over time.
But if you look at the other emperors, they don't ask the question if they're stronger than other emperors. They
respect his legacy. They respect his legacy. I mean,
we haven't seen the opportunity to see them portray themselves next to Whitebeard. But the evidence we have seen, they viewed Whitebeard as being superior to them.
I would have thought about Kaido.
Big Mom viewed Whitebeard as superior.
Big Mom viewed
Kaido. That's the way I interpret her dialogue.
I interpret it as like a formidable challenge.
Even Whitebeard, above Shanks, above everyone else. I could have even beat Whitebeard, which means like everyone else, I know for sure I could have beaten with my advantage, my plan, whatever it is. But I could have even beaten Whitebeard. That puts him at a significantly higher portrayal.
How much stronger do you think Whitebeard in his prime was compared to the Emperors now? Are we talking?
My opinion was I don't think he's that much stronger, but his legacy makes him that much more devastating.
That's why I asked earlier.
Now, the second point.
According to legacy, he's the 5th Emperor. What do you think about that?
What's that? According to legacy, he's the 5th Emperor?
I was asking earlier saying that the Pirate King is probably another Yonko.
Every Yonko said no, except for Shanks. Stop. We know, and he was high. Only Morgans gave him that wanking treatment. Like, come on.
That's his legacy in the world, King. Like, in the world, people think he's the 5th Emperor. That's
no. The world doesn't think that. Number one, Emperor only applies to the new. The people of the new world have not recognized a new Emperor. Only one guy has. Come on.
To what King's saying, it doesn't matter what like random people in the world think. It matters what significant people think. And Blackbeard said it's too early for that. Shanks was acknowledging the progress that he made, but I'm sure Shanks knows that he's not Emperor level. Big Mom.
What I'm saying is,
Big Mom. Big Mom at the time that this was written was saying that you're no match for Kaido. Like, the people that matter recognize that Luffy isn't on that level.
Yeah, I'm not saying Luffy's 5th Emperor level yet. I'm saying his portrayal in the greater world is that he's the 5th Emperor.
Yeah, but what we're talking about, what Drizzt said is that Mihawk, because Mihawk saw that stature, Mihawk respected the legacy or the strength.
Yes, that's how I view and interpret it. I want to get to the second point.
You gotta put the current Yonko, like their opinions, over random people and over the guy who writes the newspaper.
I think I ran out of time to talk, didn't I?
Drizzt, okay.
Let me tackle the Jozu thing before.
Oh, Jozu. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
So this is another one of those things, and just like the Whitebeard thing, from my point for Whitebeard, I can't definitively prove this, but I'll give you my argument for it. All right. So Mihawk couldn't cut Josie, right, with the attack that he aimed at Whitebeard. But as we've learned recently, and this was shown before us in Alabasta with the Breath of All Things, swordsmen cut only what they want to cut, and they don't cut what they don't want to cut. So at the end of Marineford, whenever Mihawk is chasing Luffy as Luffy's being carried away, right? Mihawk said that it wasn't time, that you're not getting away that easily from me. And he aims a shot at Luffy, and Daz Bones jumps in the way and is actually able to tank the shot. Mihawk looks at him, and the next panel does the exact same hit, but it completely obliterates Daz Bones.
What?
How can that be?
Actually,
it's
Drizzt,
because the Breath of All Things.
Actually, Drizzt, with the Breath of All Things, it's yes, swordsmen cut what they want to cut, but they can only cut what they want to cut. They have the will to cut it. So
yes, right.
If he was trying to cut Jozu, if Jozu was able to maintain a strong enough hockey or will to resist a Goken or whatever it's called, it doesn't mean Mihawk will be able to cut it.
Mr. One in Alabasta, he was trying to sync with the material he was cutting. My hypothesis with this is that Mihawk didn't cut Daz Bones immediately right away because he was trying to cut flesh. He was trying to cut flesh, not steel.
Yeah, I agree. No doubt Mihawk cut Daz Bones, but in terms of
you gave a second chance to Mihawk to fight Jozu and throw an attack out, and he tuned the breath, which maybe he has the ability to cut Diamond.
He could probably cut. Yeah, he could probably cut it. Yeah.
He would get destroyed.
What about the sword play?
But like, if what you're saying is exactly on point, then Mihawk would have did another slash and would have cut Jozu in half.
But he didn't.
No. He was trying to challenge Whitebeard, not Jozu.
His attack was for Whitebeard. Jozu stepped in the way. His attack was meant to challenge Whitebeard.
But the whole attitude of Mihawk was on some like, I ain't about to cut through Diamond, and he just put his sword away.
No, wait, what?
If you look at the current portrayal with Emperors and Commanders,
like if he could easily
just look at the Vista fight, even without Jozu, just look at the Vista. What happened to Vista? Like, Mihawk didn't slash Vista's swords in half and one shot.
And also Mihawk wasn't trying in the fight.
And Whitebeard wasn't really Mihawk's goal. Like, he was just there to test himself. He was just there because he had to be. But Luffy was actually his goal in that point in time. Because he was going to kill him. Daz Bones was getting in the way of that, so we cut him down.
Look, I think Mihawk's above Admiral, but not Emperor. I think he's in that middle gap. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. That's why I would place him in the middle.
Because we don't have a middle. So you have to put him in the same tier.
From what we've seen, he's been impressive, but he hasn't been as
Mihawk trail-wise than some of the other strongest people in the verse. But they get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, Mihawk will be like a low top.
Wait, who does?
But then Aokiji should also be a low top also.
You can actually argue Aokiji being low top. That's not a ridiculous argument.
I'm putting Mihawk at the same level as Dragon. Like, I don't think Dragon
should be low top also.
You don't think Dragon is Emperor tier?
Dragon's Luffy's father.
Because if he was, he would be able to take out the world government.
But Luffy's about to be
Admiral. I agree. Dragon is Dragon.
Luffy's almost Admiral. Luffy's almost Admiral level.
You said Dragon will be able to take out the world government. What?
That's if he was Emperor tier, he would be able to mount an effort on Marineford.
He would be able to what?
Mount an effort on Marineford and take it out.
No.
Mount an effort at Marineford, take it out. Nah.
So hold on, wait, real quick. I want to make an argument on the Mihawk thing, which I do find is interesting because the legacy of Whitebeard is of course stupendous, but Whitebeard himself, I think Mihawk wouldn't pull any punches. Even though he was a flesh and blood human,
he's pulling punches, King. I'm saying
right, it's like
Whitebeard views himself differently than how other people view him.
His slash is attuned to someone like Whitebeard, who's flesh and blood. Therefore, not coming through Diamond is, like the Diamonds.
Why do we have to do mental gymnastics when we have fates and we have things to look at?
I'm just saying I understand it. I'm saying I understand what he's talking about.
You cannot take anything concrete from Marineford and use it as a fact.
We recognize that Mihawk himself kind of saw himself in Whitebeard's light, and then how Mihawk, like how much they had to do for Whitebeard. Like Whitebeard was a fucking we're gonna kill Ace. We have to gather the strongest fuckers we have to take on his pirate crew and his allies. Just one Yonko and his allies. So it's like, you can't really blame folks.
Too,
Wait, Ty. I love you, my nigga, but real quick, and I'll let you go. I promise, Ty. I'll let you go. But the whole thing is because of portrayal. Again, portrayal is a very it's a mixed bag. Sometimes you see things a certain way, other folks see another way. So it's like Mihawk is definitely strong. We all recognize that, but is he amongst like the top of the verse? It's questionable. I think it's questionable. Ty, please, the floor is yours. Have fun.
Okay, finally,